A couple of months ago, I made an announcement that I was going to completely be offline and unhook myself from the media, the news, stories, gossip, anything. Just not be updated on the things that are going on in the world. And my life has changed so dramatically. And there are so many new decisions that I've decided to make, including with my business. I wanted to share them with you. For the last couple months, I just haven't been involved with the stories of what's going on, things that Trump said, what people are updating online on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or anything like that, or YouTube. I've been watching YouTube videos. I haven't done anything. And I've discovered such an effortless freedom inside of myself. And I know there's a deep-rooted belief in people that you gotta be up to date on what's going on. You gotta stay in the game. You gotta, stay connected to everybody. You gotta be informed on what's going on everywhere. And it's often looked at as, in doing what I'm doing, it's burying your head in the sand. And I mentioned that in another video. And I can't actually, now that I've experienced the last 2 months, I can't come up with any reason why I should be updated on anything like that. But I can tell you a ton of reasons why being off the grid, being off the world, I'm still posting things, but I'm not scrolling, I'm not checking emails relentlessly, I'm just here with me. I've discovered so many reasons why this is so amazing and so incredible, and I wanted to share them. One thing that I learned is how easy it is to receive. The world thinks in a way of overcoming challenges. And when you think and you stay connected to the collective consciousness of the world, life is about overcoming things. And you don't even realize that you're always in this place of later. You're always thinking, later I'll have this fixed, or later we're going to have a bigger problem, or whatever. And it's just this constant, everything is later. Even spiritual minds think, later I'll get in the moment more. And just in releasing that, I noticed this instant access of receiving a self-love, receiving connection that trumps any challenging receiving through love or abundance. You are love and abundance, and there's no feeling of love that you can get through anyone that is bigger than the self-connection you start to feel when you unhook from the world. So I've noticed that life is just about not creating a challenge and not creating a barricade to the love, connection, freedom, and abundance that you already are. And by unhooking from so many things that I can't control and don't need to know about, I just felt deeply connected. And then I noticed where I had that belief that life is about challenges. I noticed where I had that happening in my business and in my love life. We think, if this person could just understand me. Well, when you unhook from all that, you understand you. So you don't need the person to understand you. And weirdly, they just understand you because you aren't creating this goal, and you are the understanding. And it's very easy for other people to understand you. You don't have to get love from another person because you feel like you are love. You don't have to chase abundance. You don't have to prove something to get approval. It's all in you. You don't care. There's no goal anymore. It's all happening. It's faster and bigger than the goal and easier, and it just feels easy. Easy, easy, easy. So in this place, I started going, what else is a barricade to me making my life easier? So on Christmas Day, I took the TV off the wall, and all of a sudden, our house is just a place of forced meditation, and it feels good. And my family and I feel really close, and I bizarrely, this might sound crazy to people, but I just don't find myself wanting to see movies or TV, or I don't care. That's really freeing. To not need to know about things or talk about this thing over here and fix this thing. And it's just like, and I notice when I hear people talk about current events, they're stressed. People will be like, did you hear what Trump said last night? He said shithole. Like, I'll hear what happened through other people. I'll still get the news without even asking for it. It just shows up, right? And I hear them stress. I see this possession inside of people. Like, it's just crazy, or just like, what he said and this thing, and North Korea. You just see people walking around like this. And how much are you harming your ability to just be incredible when you're like this thing and this story and this thing? And you start to see people and you realize, I'm not even hearing the story or seeing the story on the news. I'm just watching you and seeing that the story doesn't live anywhere out here. It lives in here. And people are just like this. And I got this clarity inside of myself that I want to make life easy for me and the people that I work with and live with and see. And when you think the way that the collective thinks, you create these hurdles to overcome. And I used to work in this field with different motivational speakers and different internet marketers. And I heard many people say to me things like, you should be charging $20,000 or whatever, and you would get so many clients because of the way you combine comedy and transformation, and it's just your thing and whatever. And there's truth to that. There are people that want to do that, and I still also go, that's crazy. That feels really good when your mind is totally worked and you have this solution that will create the external abundance but not help you connect to here. And I always felt that that wasn't the highest me. And we did our events and still charged like $100 for the video series. And in getting offline, I discovered this feeling of, what if I made that video series, The Limitation Game, like $20? And I was blindsided by the response, because over the holidays we sold thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And I learned that there are a lot of people that want to grow and want it to be easy too. And that I wanted to make it easy. And when I made it $20, all of us, our team, everyone was like, are we cheapening our product? Are we making people not appreciate it? Are we whatever? And I felt in my body, it just feels right. Like, what if instead of you making anything really expensive, you just make things ridiculously cheap and accessible to make the world better, where tons of people can do it. And that felt so good in my body. And I've been sitting with and feeling this massive, effortless receiving thing and noticing how much life is trying to create worldwide abundance. And it's not about being number one, and it's not about any, how much, anything like that. Because there's always these clients available that want to pay good money for things. And what if you just undo that thing and stop working that way and make things crazy cheap and effortless so as many people can do it as possible? So in the Limitation Game suddenly sold a ton over the holidays. I learned how many more people were wanting to grow, but are bombarded with a self-help industry that charges way too much for the mainstream public and just makes it accessible for these CEOs and entrepreneurs. And I learned and challenged a belief I had that only those CEOs and entrepreneurs wanted to grow and change their life. That most people see self-help as this side luxury. Well, when I made it really cheap, there was such a new demographic of people that I could suddenly work with. So then I noticed so many people have it that my focus changed in the last couple weeks on making the current limitation game that we have the greatest product in the world. And my team and I rented a place and blocked out a ton of time and spent hundreds of hours on the product and decided to make it way, way, way better without charging any more. So if you already have the limitation game, you can look and you'll see that it's way better, that it's different, because we've changed it completely. My team and I spent all this time going through it. So the first thing we did was edited out anything that wasn't amazing. It's still the entire 2-day event, but any time where it's something that I said to that audience but doesn't necessarily make sense to the people watching at home, we trimmed it so that every second that you have of the limitation game is unbelievable. The second thing we did was we filmed in a studio me working with the viewer at home as a one-on-one. So now you have this part of where you're watching the limitation game, and then it'll cut to me in a studio working with you at home like I'm a private coach and giving you all these extra exercises to do so that you can help yourself be better. And it's crazy and it's funny and it's weird and it's just awesome. So we did that. So now it weaves in and out from the video series, the best of the video series, to me coaching you at home back in the video series again. And the third element was we took clips from other events, the best of some other events, many never before seen, and added it so that the limitation game is this full concentrated different exercises that you can do at home to really shift yourself. And also it's the best of some other events so that you can really get the most out of it and do things that you couldn't have done even if you were at the limitation game event in person. So now it's the best of the best, and it has me working with you at home. And my vision and goal was to see if I could make a product that's worth thousands and thousands of dollars and just sell as many as we could for $20, so that as many people as possible in 2018 that wanted to change and shift could. And it's now intensely affordable and will pay for itself over and over and over and over again. And I promise you, you will change many, many aspects of your life. It'll help you with your fears. It'll help you with addictions, anxieties, worrying, relationships, health, everything. It's really, really awesome. Help your business, your money, your everything. But there's this new me that wants to make things really easy, because inside life feels easy. And it doesn't need you to make life hard. And I don't need to make it challenging for anyone who wants to grow. And if you're interested in that, you can literally go on to kylecease.com and pick up the Limitation Game Interactive. That's what it's called. And for $20, you can start right now and do literally like a full 2-day event. And have me coaching you and everything else for almost nothing. And being offline and being away from the crap of the world has taught me to make life easy. I almost feel like, and I know this isn't the case, but I almost feel like if I went on the news now, they'd be like, yeah, nothing's happened for 2 months, because it's not happening in here. And I'm able to receive and be the abundance that I just am. And my fiance said, I'm a different human being. And I get to connect with my daughter in such a different way. And That, to me, is the most exciting thing in the world. Right now, being a dad is nuts. And I can't imagine me staying a father and not having made these changes and being this mentally possessed person worrying every day when I know deep down that everything's fine. I need to live what I know deep down and live in everything's fine and disconnect from the world of what people might think about you based on their own crazy judgments, what people are saying, what people are talking about, and connect to what's true. Move like nature. The trees don't care about what's going on in politics. Michael Beckwith once said that. The flowers keep blooming no matter what the economy's doing. They keep doing their thing. But if you're entangled with the economy, you move with the problem. But if you unhook from it and you move to the truth of what you really are, you're not in the game. You're not in the limitation game. So that's our new direction. Making life incredibly easy and incredibly accessible for everybody. And I'm really excited to see what 2018 is going to be from this place, because everything's different. And I hope you know how thankful I am that you are doing the work. I mean, if you're watching this video this far, you're doing the work. And I thank you for making the leaps that you made and living in your truth, because every time you do that, you make the world safer and move faster and more truthfully, and you make the world better for my daughter. So I'm personally thanking any person who leaps, because you're making the world better for my family. And I'm here to do the same for you and for me and my family, and you and your family. Life is good.